Welcome back. We have been discussing different kind of hands, the structure of hands, the type of fingers, the mounts. Basically, we have been trying to understand the complete structure of hand itself, the the length of the fingers, the length of palm, the overall hand, the the length of the hand, the width, narrowness, thickness, being fluffier, meatier, or very thin, or being either on one side of a trait or on the other side of it. So if they're like too short and too tall, too thin, too fat. And this is how we were trying to understand how the quality will change as the amount or the characteristics or the properties of the hand change. So now we have come down to recognize the fingers. So the last video was on the fingers that we were looking at, straight and smooth fingers. And then after the straight and smooth fingers, we were looking at knotted fingers. The fingers, so the difference between the two, if I sum it up, the smooth fingers is the smooth flow of thought. It's very simple. So smooth fingers, smooth flow of thought. Knotted fingers, you hold the thought, you process the thought, then you let it go. So these are the two fundamentals. So one, this side is the smooth thought, this way is knotted. So too much knots, even finger or hand, too much thought, too much holding on to thought, too much criticism. In the middle, normal thought. So now, after looking at the both extremes and the normality, the fingers that, if you look at them, you don't find any kind of problem with it. Like, they are very nice, average length, average beauty. They look beautiful, in proportion. They appear to have some geometrical symmetry. They are very symmetrical. They are appealing. There's no defect. Okay. So the key word is defectless fingers. So we are discussing today the fingers that that have no defect. So no defect means a very normal, happy personality, a very average personality that is part of a very average society, acceptable person by everyone within the society. Such people are, because they are like average people, they are moderate people. That's the right word, moderate people. So they are honest. They tend to their chores and errands, and they do their own things. They mind their own business. At the same time, they are helpful. They are kind. They do everything within a normal band. They don't go to the extremes either way. So they are very likable people, and you will see that the more. So this is where, if a tendency grows out within the finger or within the part, then that quality will actually add to it. So it's like a gourmet cooking, like you start off with one thing and you start to add more and more as the cooking goes, because you develop some kind of a taste within that gourmet cooking. You want it to give it a texture. You want to give it a taste. The same way, if one part, two part, or third part of any finger is small, big, fat, thin, uh, pointed, or square or flat, it will add to their personality. So you're looking. So we start off with a very normal hand, and then we tend to see we see the tendency of it, that which way this hand is going. Is it a normal hand? So normal hand, generally speaking, a very normal personality, and a hand that goes to one side or the other side has the extremes of both qualities. So again, there's no good or bad about it. We need people in society, all sort of people in the society. This is how the society is made up. So you can't just have all the people who are very kind and all the people who are very unkind. So you need to be some people very, very kind, like doing charity. Some people do charity, but they are like, they get involved in different kind of things. Or some people are, helping hand, for example. So they do their own things first. They help their family first, their friends first, and then they go out to contribute to the rest of the society. So for them, the things start from within their own center and then extend to other people. So it starts with siblings, friends, neighbors, relatives, and so on and so forth, and then they go to the general public. So it's all depend. So all of this tendency will actually show up in the hand itself. So it's a basic, fundamental moderate personality. So then they are very active people. They're part of the vital part. So they are very close to, let's say, the square hands, nice looking square hands with no defects, and they are part of the. So and then the pinch would be if one of their finger is flat, so they will be more adventurous, and if it's pointed, they will be more intuitive. So then we take this average hand and then we add more, we give it a pinch of salt or put some sugar in it or some other spices to make it more slightly different than a normal personality. So by now you should be able to look at a hand and see what part of it is overly formatted or is underly, is like loses its quality or enhances its quality. So, excuse me, my throat. I'll leave it to this. I'll leave it to this a normal hand, normal fingers, and fingers with no defect. I'll title them fingers with no defect, beautiful normal fingers or average fingers. So then I'll take the crooked fingers. Crooked are, which are like tilted for one towards other. Some people have been asking me those questions. So why the tilt, where the tilt will take, and that's a slightly longer subject. That's why I'm not adding it here, because if I start that off, probably that itself requires a much longer video. And lately I've been making too large videos. So I'll leave it right here so the subject remains small and the video remains easy to watch. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.